Have you ever felt like something seemingly harmless was sabotaging your health? For people dealing with diabetes, certain everyday foods can wreak havoc on blood sugar control and overall wellness, often hiding behind labels or mixed into meals you wouldn't suspect. The problem is, elevated glucose levels push your body into a constant battle against inflammation and nutrient depletion, making some choices far riskier than they appear. If you're ready to take charge of your diet and discover which items may be undermining your efforts, get comfortable and keep reading. It might surprise you. Refined white bread can appear harmless, but it's often responsible for blood sugar spikes that leave you fatigued and craving more. Its lack of fiber means glucose is absorbed rapidly, forcing your body to release extra insulin in an attempt to stabilize levels. For those with diabetes, this is especially problematic, as that roller coaster can erode metabolic control. When your bloodstream is flooded with sugar, essential nutrients like vitamin B6 and magnesium may be depleted faster. The result can be nerve discomfort, sluggishness, and even compromised immune function if left unchecked. One hidden issue is that refined bread is commonly made with chemical additives and bleached flour. This process removes beneficial parts of the grain, stripping away vitamins and minerals that support healthy cell function. Without these, your energy levels can dip, and you might notice more dramatic spikes after meals. Additionally, the rapid insulin surge can contribute to hunger soon after eating, tempting you to reach for more quick fixes. Over time, this pattern may fuel weight gain and undermine efforts to manage diabetes effectively. Beyond glucose control, refined bread can also interfere with nutrient absorption in subtle ways. If you're relying on high glycemic foods, your body uses more vitamin C and vitamin E to combat oxidative stress, which escalates under hyperglycemic conditions. This means you might be unintentionally lowering your antioxidant defenses by sticking to products with limited nutritional value. Over time, that depletion weakens your resilience against infections and slows down tissue repair, intensifying potential complications linked to diabetes. Some people assume that switching to light versions of white bread fixes the problem, but the core issue remains. The grain is still processed, the fiber is still missing, and the quick surge in glucose persists. Even if a label boasts reduced calories, the metabolic response is often similar. Without enough fiber, protein, or healthy fats to slow the sugar release, you remain vulnerable to energy crashes and persistent cravings. This cycle may strain your pancreas, contributing to chronic inflammation and undermining your health goals. Realistically, it can be challenging to give up white bread entirely, especially if it's a staple in your meals. However, substituting with whole grain or sprouted options can make a noticeable difference. These alternatives often come with more fiber, beneficial nutrients, and slower digestion, helping to moderate post-meal glucose. Pairing such breads with protein sources and healthy fats further reduces the glycemic spike. While it may feel like a small change, shifting away from highly refined choices can set a foundation for better diabetes management. It's important to read ingredient labels and pay attention to portions, because even some products labeled whole wheat may contain refined flour blends. Try to look for items that list whole grains as the first ingredient, ideally with minimal added sugars. By prioritizing genuine whole grain breads, you're supporting more stable energy levels and safeguarding essential vitamins that keep your nerves and immune system strong. This awareness can be the first step toward cutting out deceptively simple items that hinder steady blood sugar control. Sugar-sweetened beverages are particularly challenging for anyone seeking stable glucose control, because they supply a rapid influx of simple sugars without any significant fiber or nutritional benefits. This immediate hit can spike your blood sugar to uncomfortable highs, forcing your body to pump out more insulin. Over time, that demand can burn out the pancreatic cells responsible for insulin production, potentially escalating prediabetes into a more serious state. In addition, these drinks often displace healthier beverage choices that could offer antioxidant support. One less obvious effect of sugary drinks is how they can indirectly deplete vitamins like B6, which is crucial for nerve health and energy metabolism. When glucose runs high, your kidneys excrete more nutrients alongside excess sugar. That means each sweet sip might be costing you valuable micronutrients. This dynamic can become more pronounced if you frequently rely on soft drinks or sweet tea to get through the day. As your system struggles to handle repeated sugar loads, the depletion of protective nutrients accelerates. Consistently elevated insulin levels may also contribute to chronic inflammation, setting the stage for complications involving the eyes, kidneys, and nerves. Many sugar-sweetened beverages contain additives like high-fructose corn syrup, which can exacerbate metabolic disruptions. This cycle can be particularly troublesome for anyone prone to diabetic neuropathy or circulatory issues, as nerve endings and blood vessels bear the brunt of ongoing glucose imbalances. Cutting back on these drinks could help restore some equilibrium. It's not just sodas that pose a threat. Sports drinks, fruity punches, and sweetened coffees can pack a substantial sugar punch as well. Often, they're marketed to boost energy or refuel after exercise, but for diabetics, the fast carbohydrate load can be a major setback. While these products might temporarily lift your mood, they can lead to crashes later. Plus, repeated spikes are taxing on your entire system. To keep blood glucose more stable, consider replacing such beverages with water, unsweetened tea, or low-sugar electrolyte solutions. Watch out for hidden sugars on labels. Terms like fruit concentrate, cane juice, or agave nectar might suggest a healthier option, but they can still raise blood glucose significantly. For better flavor, infuse water with cucumber slices, mint, or a squeeze of fresh lemon. If you crave bubbles, explore sparkling water with a splash of 100% fruit juice, minimizing total sugar intake. While these measures may feel modest, they collectively help reduce the strain on your body and preserve critical nutrients needed for optimal health. Maintaining a balance of vitamins and antioxidants becomes simpler when you're not overwhelming your system with liquid sugar. Consuming lower sugar drinks allows your body to allocate resources toward healing, immunity, and nerve protection rather than constantly combating inflammation. Small daily decisions can amount to significant progress, especially when they shield you from dangerous glucose swings. Gradually phasing out sweet beverages might be one of the most impactful steps for improved long-term diabetes management. Fried foods often carry more than just extra calories. They frequently harbor unhealthy trans fats and excessive sodium. For those dealing with diabetes, these factors can exacerbate vascular stress and insulin resistance. When you consume fried items regularly, the combination of refined carbohydrates in breading and oxidized oils can amplify inflammation, straining blood vessels. Over time, this can contribute to complications like peripheral neuropathy or reduced kidney function, two areas already under pressure when glucose remains elevated. Another issue is that frying tends to generate advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which form when proteins and fats interact with high heat. These compounds have been linked to worsening insulin sensitivity and promoting oxidative stress. Diabetics already contend with glycation due to persistent hyperglycemia, so adding extra AGEs from the diet can intensify harmful processes. This hidden danger is often overlooked because fried foods taste appealing, masking the damage they can inflict internally. Excessive intake of fried foods can also undermine vitamin E levels, crucial for protecting cells from oxidative harm. When your body is constantly battling inflammation, it depletes antioxidants at a faster rate. Meanwhile, if you're not consuming nutrient-dense meals, replenishing those antioxidants becomes a challenge. This imbalance puts your heart, eyes, and nerves at greater risk. Rather than fueling your body with the building blocks it needs, fried options can sap resources and leave you vulnerable to further complications. Some people believe swapping vegetable oil for alternatives like olive oil completely solves the problem, but the reality is more nuanced. High-heat cooking can degrade even healthier oils, potentially producing harmful byproducts. The food itself often remains high in carbs or unhealthy coatings that elevate post-meal glucose. While certain oils are indeed better than others, the frying process still poses a risk of generating excessive calories and triggering surges in insulin. Opting for baked or grilled versions of favorites can offer a middle ground. For instance, seasoning chicken with herbs and a light coating of whole grain crumbs, then baking or air frying it, results in less oil absorption and fewer AGEs. These minor adjustments also leave room for more vitamin-rich side dishes, like steamed vegetables, which help offset potential nutritional deficits. Over time, replacing fried choices with less inflammatory methods can bolster energy and maintain steadier glucose levels. It's not just about one meal, but the cumulative effect of daily habits. Cutting back on fries, fried chicken, or deep-fried snacks can alleviate stress on your pancreas and blood vessels, providing a more stable internal environment. Each time you reduce fried intake, you reduce oxidative strain, giving your body a chance to recover. By making consistent, healthier choices, you reinforce the defenses that keep diabetes complications at bay and preserve vital nutrients needed for optimal cellular function. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, or deli slices can present a hidden threat to stable blood sugar. These products tend to be high in sodium and saturated fats, which may promote insulin resistance and blood pressure issues. For diabetics, the combination of metabolic strain and cardiovascular stress can accelerate wear and tear on blood vessels. Furthermore, some studies suggest that nitrates and nitrites in processed meats can exacerbate oxidative damage, leaving less room for your body to maintain healthy nutrient balances. The link between processed meats and higher incidence of type 2 diabetes has been explored by researchers, with findings suggesting that frequent consumption correlates with increased risk. One plausible explanation is that additives used in curing can disrupt gut bacteria or trigger inflammatory pathways. Since individuals with diabetes already manage systemic inflammation, adding more fuel to that fire intensifies the battle. Over time, this can manifest as worsened insulin sensitivity and heightened complications. Another concern is that processed meats often crowd out healthier protein sources, such as lean poultry, fish, or plant-based options rich in vitamins and minerals. If you regularly fill your plate with ham or salami, you might be missing opportunities to boost vitamin B6, magnesium, or antioxidant intake from more wholesome foods. This trade-off can leave you with depleted reserves when your body is working overtime to manage elevated glucose. Subtle deficiencies can surface as fatigue or slower recovery from illness. High sodium content in processed meats may also strain kidney function, a critical area for diabetics. Sodium encourages water retention and can contribute to hypertension, challenging an already vulnerable cardiovascular system. While occasional indulgence might not cause immediate harm, habitual consumption can compound risk factors. Diabetic nephropathy can escalate when blood pressure remains high, further undermining efforts to keep blood glucose steady and protect essential organs. Reading labels becomes paramount, as many packaged meats include added sugars or fillers that can spike insulin. Preservatives and flavor enhancers also raise red flags, potentially provoking inflammatory responses. By staying vigilant, you can avoid products drenched in hidden carbs or compounds that impair your body's delicate balance. Opting for fresh, minimally processed proteins can help maintain stable glucose levels and promote better absorption of key vitamins that keep nerves and blood vessels resilient. Exploring alternatives like turkey breast, lean cuts of beef, or even protein-rich legumes can broaden your meal options while safeguarding crucial nutrients. Seasoning foods with herbs, spices, or low-sodium marinades adds flavor without compromising health goals. Simple shifts in what you place on your sandwich or serve at breakfast can accumulate benefits over time. Consistency in those choices helps lessen the burden on your pancreas and ensures you're not adding unnecessary complications to an already demanding condition. High-sugar breakfast cereals might seem convenient, but they can spark significant fluctuations in blood sugar first thing in the morning. When you wake up, your body is already in a delicate metabolic state. Flooding it with refined grains and added sugars triggers a surge in glucose, demanding rapid insulin release. This cycle can promote fatigue, mood changes, and cravings that last the entire day. While the packaging may highlight vitamins and minerals, the high sugar content can still overshadow any potential benefits. One issue is that cereals are often fortified with synthetic vitamins, which might not be absorbed as efficiently if your blood glucose is unstable. Additionally, the fiber content touted on the box can be misleading, as many cereals rely on isolated fibers rather than the natural fiber found in whole grains. This translates to a lesser effect on slowing glucose absorption. For diabetics, that means minimal help in balancing insulin responses, increasing the risk of sharp peaks and subsequent crashes. Repeated morning spikes can also strain vitamin C and D stores, as your body races to neutralize the oxidative stress caused by hyperglycemia. Over time, this depletion leaves you more vulnerable to infections, retinal damage, and nerve pain. While you might not feel an immediate effect, the ongoing nutrient deficit can manifest in subtle symptoms like skin dryness or persistent tiredness. Because cereals are a habitual meal, the impact accumulates day after day, making it harder to regain stable control. Many cereals feature cartoon characters or health claims that mask their real nutritional profile. You may see phrases like "made with whole grain" or "contains essential vitamins," but the sugar count remains high. Diabetics must navigate this marketing carefully, as even a moderately sweet cereal can push glucose levels higher than anticipated. Combining cereal with fruit juice or sweetened milk compounds the effect, creating a triple threat of rapid-digesting carbs at breakfast. A more balanced approach involves selecting cereals made from 100% whole grains with minimal added sugar, possibly topping them with fresh berries or nuts for extra fiber and healthy fats. This strategy can help slow digestion and mitigate drastic insulin demands. Reading the nutrition facts is vital. Look for cereals under 5 grams of sugar per serving and with at least 3 grams of fiber. These measures can spare you from roller coaster mornings and preserve your body's antioxidant defense. For those who need a quick meal, alternatives like oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon, chia pudding, or scrambled eggs and vegetables may be more supportive of stable glucose. These options usually provide sustained energy and higher nutrient density without the sugar shock. Over time, realigning your breakfast routine can rejuvenate your entire day's energy curve. Small adjustments in the morning can cumulatively reduce inflammation, preserve vitamins, and keep glucose within a safer range. Alcoholic beverages pose unique challenges for diabetes management. On one hand, certain types of alcohol can lower blood sugar by impairing glucose release from the liver, potentially leading to dangerous dips. On the other, many mixed drinks and cocktails are loaded with sugars, causing spikes that undermine stability. Both scenarios keep your body off balance, forcing it to juggle conflicting demands. When consumed frequently, alcohol can aggravate neuropathy, blood pressure problems, and liver stress. Additionally, alcohol metabolism can disrupt normal nutrient absorption. The liver, tasked with detoxifying alcohol, can't simultaneously manage vitamin storage and distribution as effectively. Over time, this might contribute to deficiencies in antioxidants like vitamin E and essential vitamins like B6. These deficits are problematic for diabetics who rely on robust nutrient reserves to ward off complications. Regular alcohol consumption can exacerbate vulnerability to infections, nerve damage, or visual decline. Many people underestimate how sweet alcoholic beverages can be. Fruity cocktails, liqueurs, and sweet wines deliver a surge of simple sugars, challenging insulin production and raising inflammation. Even if you avoid overtly sweet drinks, alcohol itself can push your system into unpredictable blood sugar territory, especially if consumed on an empty stomach. This volatility complicates the delicate balancing act of medication, meal timing, and daily glucose monitoring. Overindulging can also mask the warning signs of hypoglycemia. If you experience dizziness, confusion, or sweating after several drinks, it might be interpreted as intoxication rather than low blood sugar. This increases the risk of missing critical interventions. Meanwhile, consistent overconsumption amplifies oxidative stress, using up vitamin C stores and leaving your immune system compromised. A cycle of inflammation and decreased nutrient levels may ensue, further destabilizing long-term health. Moderation is key. Some diabetics find it helpful to consume alcohol with a balanced meal containing protein and healthy fats to slow sugar absorption. Even then, it's wise to opt for lower-carb choices like dry wine or spirits mixed with zero-sugar beverages. Avoiding sweet mixers is essential to keep insulin responses in check. While abstaining entirely is often the safest route, controlled occasional intake, with mindful pairing, can mitigate some of the risks. Nonetheless, Every individual's tolerance and metabolic response differs. Monitoring blood sugar before, during, and after drinking can provide insights into how your body handles alcohol. Over time, consistent spikes or drops might signal the need to cut back further or consult a healthcare professional. Safeguarding vitamins and antioxidants by focusing on nutrient-dense meals is also crucial. By staying informed and using moderation, you can reduce unwanted surprises while trying to manage diabetes. Pastries and baked sweets may be comforting, but they typically combine refined flour, sugar, and saturated fats into a single, blood sugar spiking package. This trifecta can challenge even the most careful diabetic management plan. When you consume these treats, insulin surges to cope with the influx of glucose, potentially leaving you tired and hungry soon after. Meanwhile, essential vitamins can be depleted as your body shifts focus to regulating sugar rather than replenishing nutrients. Some pastries also contain artificial trans fats, which worsen insulin resistance and spark inflammatory responses. These fats interfere with healthy cell function, making it harder for insulin to do its job properly. At the same time, the combination of sugar and fat in pastries can delay stomach emptying, resulting in prolonged, uneven glucose elevation. You may find yourself battling sugar highs and lows throughout the day, each stage placing more strain on nerves and blood vessels. While occasional indulgence might not completely derail your progress, routine consumption of donuts, croissants, or frosted cakes can erode metabolic control. The pattern of spiking and crashing can wear down the pancreas, forcing it to constantly adjust insulin output. This also increases free radical production, pushing your system to use up vitamins E and C faster. Over the long run, that acceleration in oxidative stress may contribute to complications affecting your eyes, kidneys, and extremities. Even sugar-free or low-carb labeled pastries can be deceiving if they rely on refined flour or unhealthy fillers. Artificial sweeteners may disrupt gut health, leading to unexpected glucose fluctuations. Labels like keto-friendly don't guarantee a positive effect on overall nutrition, especially if the product still lacks meaningful vitamins, minerals, and fiber. For diabetics, focusing on whole foods becomes a more reliable strategy than depending on processed solutions. One way to navigate cravings is to bake at home using alternative flours like almond or coconut, which can lower the net carb count. Incorporating mashed berries or unsweetened cocoa can add flavor without overwhelming sugar content. Controlling portion sizes is also paramount. A small slice may be less harmful than grabbing multiple servings. Building habits that emphasize fruits, nuts, or high-fiber grains can help satisfy sweet urges without undermining glucose management. Making balanced swaps repeatedly can strengthen your resolve and reduce unhealthy temptations. Over time, taste buds adapt, and you might discover that intense sweetness becomes less appealing. This shift can free up resources for your body to maintain stable glucose and preserve vital antioxidant levels. By deliberately limiting pastries and sweets, you're investing in nerve health, vision protection, and cardiovascular resilience, an essential commitment in managing diabetes over the long haul. Cutting these problematic foods from your routine can empower you to manage diabetes more effectively and keep crucial vitamins intact. Even small, consistent adjustments to your diet can yield notable improvements in energy, blood sugar stability, and long-term well-being. If you found these insights valuable, consider subscribing or sharing this information so others can benefit too. Leave a comment about which changes you plan to make, and stay alert for more tips on how to balance nutrition with practical daily choices. Your health journey is worth every effort,